Hey everyone, True here, and today we are going to check out the upcoming New Year SSR Soul Summons. As always, you can choose one of 10 banners and get a guaranteed SSR character if you have 1000 paid soul stones to spare. And I'm gonna tell you which banner is the best based on data and some other considerations that you might find helpful. Of course, it always also depends on which units you might already have fully awakened. And we are starting off strong with the A banner that I would call the Stealth ++ banner, because we have 4 stealth units here that are all bringing something else to the table as well. The strongest choice here is Kaguya with Sleep Gimmick, but also Angel Gene, a very solid outcome from this banner. Lancelot already aged a little bit, but still very useful. Water Snow White probably the lowest in terms of power, but all of them can still be useful for many teams. And that is why this banner is actually the 3rd strongest with 57 points. Moving on to the B banner, we take a bit of a dive here because this is mostly burn, which isn't doing great right now. However, this at least features the 2023 burn units in Commander Astrid, Nobunaga and Honoji. If you are building a burn team, this might be the banner you want to go with. However, there's also Gavine on there, because why not? All of these units have some form of a burning heart, whether that is the actual passive or some other charge or hold ground plus mechanic to keep them alive. So not too bad either. However, still just 19 points and the 8th best banner out of the 10. Banner C is the Age of Poison, and it is a bit interesting because it does feature the latest 3 poison units if you are ignoring Loki. And then there's also Dark Gene, which is by far the oldest unit on this banner, and also it feels weird to say this, the weakest one you could get off this. However, of course, King Arthur, Angel Reset and Earth Ossia, all of them can give you very solid performances, especially if you want to build a poison team. Overall, 37 points. However, this is just the 7th position in terms of the banners. It is still much better than this banner, however, the Summon D, which I call Burnout, featuring 4 burn units that are actually from 2020 to 2022. The very old 1.0 unit Hibiki also made it onto this banner, and that is obviously the weakest outcome that you get from this banner. All the other ones can still give you decent value, especially in times of cursed sleep running around. But then again, this is mostly a banner for you if you are building a burn team and already have some fully awakened ones of the banner B. In the end, this banner gets 14 points and the last place. From the last place, we rocket upwards with the Summon E, the old but gold banner, featuring some universal classics in Storm Sheen, but also the guards Light Anya and Bright Ludmilla, as well as the finisher unit Mizuchi, which yet again is by far the weakest one you can get from this banner. All the other 3 are still top 10 units, and additionally Storm Gene is one of the units that probably has the best value at just 1 copy already. Mizuchi is a big drag on this banner, however still it's enough for 61 points and the 2nd place. Moving on to the Summon F, and that is the Storm 2023 banner. We have the 3 most recent Storm unit releases here in Himiko, Storm Clarice and Odin, as well as Storm Ludmilla, who came out at the beginning of the year and is definitely the weakest of the bunch. The other 3 can be often seen in top meta teams, so chances are you are getting pretty good value out of this one if you want to go for it. That one gets 49 points, and the 4th place overall. Summon G is a bit confusing. We have the Stealthy Vampires, I guess. So we have 2 Stealthy Vengeance unit in Sun Wukong and Earth Musha, and then the Vampiric Drainer as well as Loki. Granted, none of them are really bad. However, I think the only one you could really want to get out of this banner is Loki. And you have to decide for yourself if you want to take the chances on that. Mathematically, this one gets 19 points and only the 9th position in terms of banner strength, even though it does feature last year's number 1 in Earth Misha. Speaking of number 1, the previous number 1 Cinderella is featured on Summon Age, together with other sleep units like Light Colon and Water Sheen, who are admittedly much older at this point, but are still delivering some good values in many top teams. And there is Ludmilla and Clarice as well, with the strong Deadly Guard knockout skill set. If you wanna specifically target sleep units or wanna get or try to get your hands on the Universal Cinderella, then this banner is for you. It gets 38 points and the 5th position. Moving on to Summon Eye, we have the Unkillables, as I wanna call them, because they have so many fail-safes built in, all of them having some form or variation of stuff that keeps them alive for longer than they probably should. We have the 100% guard Bright Lancelot, who has the battle trance and might come back if she gets a kill and is basically undefeatable for that time period, except obviously against Super and Mega Poison. Then we have the new Water Anya that has the kind of power barrier passive that really makes it hard to defeat her, except if she is stunned. We have Bright Snow White that is transforming between light and dark versions with the Hold Ground Plus, making it very hard to kill her. Same can be said for Water Alice with the Hold Ground Plus and the Call Morphe action that helps her to stay alive and wreak a lot of havoc among the enemy team. Especially Bright Lancelot here really needs a fully awakening or close to that for her probabilities to trigger in your favor. But overall, this banner gets 67 points and the 1st place, because the least helpful of the bunch might be Bright Snow White, but even she is still of great value. So all of these 4 units are top 20 units and great material for any meta team. If you are not fully set on a team type yet or are just starting out, you cannot really go wrong with this summon. So that leaves the last banner, which I call Down to Earth, to close it out at the 6th position with 38 points. We have 3 Earth units here and Giga Rolosha, with the latter together with Sleeping Beauty being the strong picks from this banner. Earthray, of course, much outdated at this point. Jirel never really leaving big impact on the top level meta. This really means you have a bit of a 50-50 here whether or not you get a really good unit. But one big advantage of this banner, and specifically Sleeping Beauty and Giga Rolosha, is that they work extremely well at just 1 copy. So that means if you get them fresh off this banner, you will already have a lot of help in your team from them. That's it for now. Let me know in the comments how you decided, if you are going for any of them. Thanks to Lens.js for the visuals used in this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe to become a true carrot. And as always, thanks for watching.